àti yín láti tún rọ́jọ́ òní. Ọba tó ṣe pé ní ọ̀sẹ̀ tó kọjá nígbà tí à ń lọ adágbére, a ní à ń lọ kábọ̀. Ó tún wá jẹ́ kó ṣeéṣe fún wa láti tún padà wá lẹ́ni láyé láàyè àti láyè rere. Ẹlẹ́bùrú ìkẹ́ ọba àná láyé ayé kọrin kése àdúpẹ́ olúwa dúpẹ́ kẹgbà ẹ̀yìn wa. Adúpẹ́ Ọlọ́run alágbára wípé àwa mọ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹ̀yin ojú. Father Lord, we are so grateful. I want to really appreciate you for the life of all these amazing people that join me every week on this show to have conversation about great, topics about life. Kó tó di pé wàá tún wá tẹ̀síwájú, wá tún fẹ́ fi àsìkò yìí náà dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ṣàgbátẹrù ètò yìí, àwọn èjìká tí wọ́n jẹ́ kẹ́rù ọ̀jábọ̀, pàápàá jùlọ iléeṣẹ́ Chorus Jewels and Laces. Iléeṣẹ́ tó tó gbangba sùn lọ yẹ níbi tó ti ń taṣọ ìyàwó tí ìyá ìyàwó lẹ́fẹ́ ni tó mọ ìyàwó lẹ́fẹ́ ni ohunkóhun tó bá fẹ́ fi ṣayẹyẹ wà ní iléeṣẹ́ Chorus Jewels and Laces. Wọ́n tún wá ní ẹ̀ka iléeṣẹ́ wọn kan gbòógì tí wọ́n ń pè ní Ready to Wear by Chorus Jewels and Laces. Iléeṣẹ́ Chorus Jewels and Laces ẹ ṣeun. Iléeṣẹ́ yóò ní jóná ọwọ́ yẹn máa ròkè. Atúfàtìkú náà dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ iléeṣẹ́ Lezel Fabrics all the way from Dallas, Texas. Thank you for your support. Thank you for being there for us at all times. We also want to appreciate the amazing Celebration International Magazine. Celebration International Magazine. Níbi tí wọ́n ti máa ń gbé ẹyẹ yín àti wíwé ẹfẹ́ fọjà ẹfẹ́ polówó ọjà ni o. Ẹ lọ sí iléeṣẹ́ Celebration International Magazine níbi tí wọ́n ti máa ń gbé ayẹyẹ yín sórí ẹ̀rọ magazine. Celebration International Magazine by Babs. Thank you so much for your unending support. Also appreciate the amazing First Rate Global all the way from Nigeria. Thank you for your support. Thank you for everything you've done. Also, I want to appreciate everyone that's joined me again on this show. Thank you for coming every single week. Without you, there is no ETO IGBEYAWO. Let's talk traditional weddings and more. Thank you so much, everybody. Okay, people, before we go into today's topic, I just want to remind you, I don't know how many of you already got a copy of your book, The Evolution of Nigerian Traditional Wedding. It's on Amazon Prime and it's on all 17 other platforms and all major bookstores in Nigeria and here in the UK. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're yet to get a copy of this book, please do so. It's going to give you more knowledge and understanding about the Nigerian traditional wedding. Remember that I'm not talking about the Yoruba traditional wedding. I'm talking about the Nigerian traditional wedding. I'm talking about the Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, and even subculture. Even some parts of Africa were mentioned in this book. Please make sure you get your copy on Amazon Prime. It's there. They will deliver right to your door. And we are just planning right now to do the, because a lot of people are busy, the audio book will soon be out. The audio book where you can just listen. If you're busy, maybe you're driving. Thank you, Instagram. Somebody said I've got my copy and it's amazing. Thank you so much for your support. If you want to know more about the Nigerian traditional wedding, please get this book. And if maybe you're wondering, I want to give gifts to newlyweds. I'm looking for what I can give them as a gift. Especially the young people of nowadays, they just do this wedding, they don't understand what it means. It will be a great gift for you to give to them. So please, make sure you grab your copy on Amazon Prime. God bless you. Okay, people, I want to please crave your indulgence. Remind people, the show has started. Ètò ìgbéyàwó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ẹ rán wọ̀nyàn létí wípé ètò ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. A lot of people máa ń gbàgbé. Ẹlòmíràn ní please do me a favor, share. Click on the share button. Remind people that the show has started. We are on 3 different platforms, people. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, and we are also on Instagram. Please remind people that the show has started. Okay. Before we go to today's topic, the most interesting part of this show for me is the music and dance part. I love that part so much, and I believe you also enjoy that part as well. So people, we're going to go straight to that right now. We're going to enjoy the music together so that we can introduce today's topic straight away. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Instagram. Thank you, everybody. Please remind people, ètò ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Okay, let's go there. Let's go there, people. I love this song, and I love the artist as well. So, grab your copy of the book, The Evolution of Nigerian Traditional Wedding, on Amazon Prime. Oh yeah, let's go. Okay now, let's go there. Come on. Enjoy me, oh. I have not seen a single dance tonight. What's going on? Where is everybody? Oh, do my YouTube people, let me know your verses, something. Good evening, ma. Sorry, God bless you, ma, for always. Tell me, you know, Nick. Okay now. You follow Joe, kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Okay, people, let's play some bass. Let's do some house. Okay, let's put it on hold. Thank you so much, everybody. Those that have joined me tonight, thank you to those that are commenting, those that are putting comments on, those that are showing the dance emoji. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Without you, there is no ETO IGBEYAWO. Ladies and gentlemen, what have we come to talk about tonight? You know, basically, we are here to rub minds, to learn. As I always say every week, pé èmi ò Olúwabùnmi aya Òṣìbẹ̀rù gẹ́gẹ́ bí olóòtú ètò yìí èmi ò wá síbí láti wá sọ fún wa wípé báyìí ló ṣe yẹ kó jẹ́ báyìí ló ṣe yẹ kó jẹ́ lọ́sẹ̀ọ̀sẹ̀ ni mo máa ń wá wípé kẹ́yìn sọ kémi náà sọ kájọ kọ́gbọ́n ni kájọ gbé àṣà Yorùbá lárugẹ ká tó sì jọ kọ́gbọ́n torí pé when it comes to marriage it is not something that somebody is perfect, nobody is perfect. Orí bá mi ṣe báyìí òun ọ̀rọ̀ ìgbéyàwó àmọ́ àwọn àṣìṣe kan wà tẹ́ pé we can also correct. Listen, what are we talking about tonight? We're talking about women being the breadwinner of the family. We've seen cases where people have argued about this. It's not supposed to be like that. Obìnrin kan ló yẹ kó máa ṣe àwọn kankan nínú ilé. Ẹ jẹ́ kó tó lè gbà tẹ̀kọ́ sọ jìnnà. Who is a breadwinner? You know, we all know what breadwinner means, but just for us to rub minds together and for us to open this conversation to start this, what comes to mind when we talk about breadwinner? Let's leave comments. Let's talk about this. A breadwinner, who is that person? What does it mean to be a breadwinner of a family? Kí ni ìtumọ̀ pé èèyàn jẹ́ lákàtẹ̀wá ẹni tó lè yá mi ní èdè Yorùbá tá máa lò tó jẹ́ ẹni tó máa jẹ́ pé òun ló máa gbé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nínú bùkátà nínú ìgbéyàwó òun ni a fẹ́ sọ lálẹ́ yìí. Who is a breadwinner? Is it right for a woman to be the breadwinner of the family? If it is right, why do you say so? If it is wrong, why do you say so? And what are the reasons why? Because there's this common belief that a particular gender should be the one that should be the breadwinner. But I'm not going to jump. I'm not going to jump. I'm not going to jump the queue. I want us to take it one after. Unique Kalagaye. Well, thank you so much, ma. Good evening. Delectable Pebbles. Thank you. Oluwabumi Badmus. Auntie Tonya and Ashamu. Thank you so much. Thank you, Becky Ewaremo. Thank you, Kola Daram. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Royayo. Thank you, Aleji. Ẹ má bínú tí mi bá lórúkọ yẹn pè jẹ́, ẹ má bínú. Instagram M1 event. Hands made for you. Thank you. There's quite a number of people on Instagram and on Facebook and my YouTube people. Once again, on this episode of ETO IGBEYAWO, we want to talk about the role of a breadwinner. Who is a breadwinner in the family? Then we want to talk about, is it right for a particular gender to be, for example, a woman in the marriage or the man in the marriage, who should be the breadwinner? If you think this person should be the breadwinner, kini èèwọ̀ tó wà nínú pé kí a particular gender kó jẹ́ breadwinner? I'm what I've said here, but let's first of all start by defining who or what being a breadwinner means. Tó bá ní pé èèyàn kan breadwinner, kí ni ìtumọ̀ ẹ̀? Kí ló já mọ́ èdè Yorùbá fún breadwinner ni ẹni tí ó ń gbọ́ bùkátà tó jù. I hope I'm right with that definition. Ẹni tí ó ń gbọ́ bùkátà tó jù nínú ìgbéyàwó, òun ni wọ́n pè ní breadwinner. So if you know what it means, I mean, who should be that person? Somebody said a breadwinner is a person who earns money to support a family or a house or a household. Okay? Ẹ ṣeun, wọ́n ní ẹni tó bá jẹ́ pé òun ló ń pawó jù láti fi ran ẹbí lọ́wọ́. Let's talk about it. Tani breadwinner. Talẹni tí a pè ní ẹni tó ń gbé bùkátà nínú ìdílé. Òun lẹ́nìkan ti sọ arábìnrin Olúwabùnmi Badmus. Wọ́n sọ lórí ẹ̀rọ ayélujára Facebook wípé a breadwinner is that person who earn money to support a family or a household. Somebody just messaged me and said they haven't seen us on Facebook. Let me share it. Sorry, give me a second, please. We are there. I don't know why the person cannot see me. So I'll quickly share so people can see. Sometimes we need to share it to people for them to see. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, ẹ má gbàgbé nǹkan tí à ń sọ. Ta ni à ń pè ní breadwinner nínú family? Let's talk about who a breadwinner is, and also why is it that ta ló yẹ kó jẹ́? Ṣé ó yẹ kó jẹ́ ìyàwó àbí ó yẹ kó jẹ́ ọkọ? Ẹ jẹ́ ká tún sọ nípa yẹn náà. Arábìnrin ìròyìn ayọ̀, wọ́n ní a responsible person in a home or a community. Wow, irresponsible. I like the word responsible because gẹ́gẹ́ bí nǹkan tẹ́nìkan sọ pé wọ́n ní a breadwinner is a person who earn money to support a family or a household. So obviously, for you to be able to earn money to support a family or a household, then that means you must be responsible. Ẹni tí kò responsible kò lè ṣe irú ìṣe yẹn, kò lè gbérú ìṣe yẹn ṣe. Thank you so much, everybody. Sorry about the distraction. I'm just trying to share the link because àwọn kan sọ pé àwọn ò rí wa. Now, having established wípé ẹni tó ń gbé bùkátà jù nínú ìgbéyàwó, òun ni à ń pè ní breadwinner àbí nínú ìdílé, ẹni tó jẹ́ pé òun ni ó ń ṣènáwó jù, òun ló ń pé bí gbogbo ànáwó àṣegbá nínú ilé ṣe máa jẹ́. That's the person that's called a breadwinner. That person that is responsible for taking care of responsibilities in the family. That is the person. Okay, who should be the main breadwinner in the family? My reason for bringing this topic up today, because sometimes there's this thing that goes around and people just come with a stereotype. Now, who should be, under normal circumstances, whether culture-wise or moral-wise or religious-wise, whichever way that you may be looking at it, who should be the breadwinner of the family? Now, let's talk about it. What is your opinion? Remember that on this show, I have never ever come here to air my own opinion alone. I have come here to learn from people because a lot of times I come here with a particular mindset. And by the time people now talk, I'll be like, wow, me, the one who knows it. Every week, I always have my pen and paper to learn. I always come here to learn. I have my notes. I've come here to learn again. Okay, in your own opinion, whether according to morals, whether according to societal belief, whether according to religion, whether according to cultural belief, who should be the breadwinner of the family? Ṣé ìyàwó ni àbí ọkọ? Let's first of all talk about that. What's your own opinion? Who should be the breadwinner? Ta ló yẹ kó máa gbé bùkátà nínú ẹbí? Nítorí ọ̀rọ̀ à ń gbé bùkátà yìí, ó ti dá ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ họ́wùhọ́wù sílẹ̀ nínú ẹbí. Look, we are not here to condemn anybody's opinion. Don't be afraid to say what you think. One thing I don't condone on this show is when people attack other people and say, hey, you're rubbish. No, you can never say anybody saying rubbish. Everybody is allowed to air their opinion. And one thing again I try to establish on this show is I will never ever discourage you from saying what's on your mind. So tonight, let's talk about it. Ta ló yẹ kó jẹ́ breadwinner? Ta ló yẹ kó gbọ́ bùkátà jù nínú ọkọ àti ìyàwó? Tí ẹ̀yin bá lérò pé ọkọ ló yẹ kó gbọ́ bùkátà jù, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ kí ni ìdí tí ẹ fi sọ bẹ́ẹ̀? Tí ẹ̀yin bá lérò pé ìyàwó ló yẹ kó gbọ́ bùkátà jù nínú ẹbí, kí ni ìdí tí ẹ fi sọ bẹ́ẹ̀? Gẹ́gẹ́ bí definition táwọn èèyàn ti give bíbá, ẹ ṣeun arábìnrin yẹn ti ID wọ́n ní akó ètò. I know people are being careful. Most of the time, the topics we bring are quite sensitive. People are always very careful. Tí a bá lérò pé ọkọ ló yẹ kó jẹ́, gẹ́gẹ́ bí òwe Yorùbá tó máa sọ pé ọkọ ló lórí aya, ọkọ ló lórí aya. Tí ọkọ bá jẹ́ olórí aya, ṣó túmọ̀ sí wípé olórí aya yẹn débi pé òun ló gbọ́dọ̀ máa gbé gbogbo bùkátà tó wà nínú ẹbí ni, àbí ká sọ pé àwọn ló gbọ́dọ̀ máa gbé bùkátà tó pọ̀ jù nínú ẹbí. Please, let's talk, people. Pardon me. Let's talk. Don't let us be quiet on me now, because everybody's gone quiet. I don't know. Me, I can't say. Me, I don't want anybody to come for me. No, we are here to learn. We are here to learn. Only G pataki. And before the end of this show, we'll get to the end of the reason why I brought this topic up. Ṣé ọkọ ló yẹ kó jẹ́ you need kalaga, you're laughing. We need to talk. Ṣé ọkọ ló yẹ kó jẹ́ ẹni tó máa gbé bùkátà jù àbí ìyàwó ló yẹ kó jẹ́ tó máa gbé bùkátà jù? Àwọn ọkọ tẹ̀ tí wọ́n ń dáṣà kan, wọ́n á ní ká pín lọ́gbọ̀gba ní 50-50. Are you of the opinion that the responsibility, or especially financial responsibility in the family, should be 50-50? Let's talk about it, because coming here to discuss stuff like this, we actually set some families free. We set some people free from some wrong impressions. Tí wọ́n ti gbé wá, àwọn kan ní ìgbàgbọ́ wípé irọ́ o, kò sí bó ṣe lè wù kórí o, responsibility ọkọ ni láti máa gbé bùkátà. Àwọn kan dẹ̀ ti ní impression wípé rárá o, dandan kọ́ kò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ọkọ nìkan o, ìyàwó náà gbọ́dọ̀ gbé bùkátà. Kí lẹ̀yin lérò? Arábìnrin wa jẹ́ Ọlájídé, ẹ ṣé ẹ kú gbogbo. Thanks for joining us on this show again. As usual, I really appreciate your support. For those that are just joining us, what we are talking about tonight is who should be the breadwinner in a family. I noticed that a lot of people have been quiet. Remember that you can also call us. And type. You can call us. You can send a request to be in the show. I don't know if this person actually meant it to be in the show, but I will accept. You can call us. You can send a request to be in the show to tell us what you think and why you think it should be so. Kini talo yẹ kó jẹ́ ẹ̀tọ́ máa gbọ́ kàtà jù nínú ẹbí? I don't know why this thing is not allowing me to accept. Somebody sent a request. Could they can accept? Network. Kí ni máa ń ṣe? Ó máa ń ṣe ìtòhùn nígbà míì. They can accept any you. Anyway, if you can please resend the request, that would be highly appreciated. Remember that you can also call us on this show. You can call on +44 782850093, or you can send in a voice note. Maybe you're busy, or you're somewhere where you can't talk, leave us a voice note and say, orúkọ tèmi ni bábà ni mo ti ń sọ̀rọ̀. Nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ sọ lórí ètò yìí ni pé bye because àwọn míì wà bí iṣẹ́, àwọn míì ibi tán wà wọn ò lè pè wọlé, àwọn míì ibi tán wà wọn ò lè join. Somebody sent me a request to be in the show and I couldn't accept the person. Please resend it. Arábìnrin Becky, thank you so much, says, one biblically, traditionally, culturally, in every African sense, a man who is the head of a family is automatically the breadwinner of such family. Thank you so much, says. That's somebody's opinion. People, and she has been able to back it up with some, she said biblically. I do know there are places in the Bible where the Bible talk about a man being the head and a man being responsible for certain things in the family, which I really do. I think I buy that opinion. But obviously, there might be someone somewhere who has a different opinion. A man should automatically be the head of the family, according to tradition. Àwọn kan wà pé kí n tó bá mi dá àwọn kan wà sẹ́ pé ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá wọ́n ní ọkàn wípé ọkọ ló gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe. Òun ló fi jẹ́ pé láyé àtijọ́ kó tó di pé ọkùnrin ṣègbéyàwó, ó ní àwọn nǹkan tí wọ́n máa ti expect pé kó ti ní. Ó pẹ̀lú nǹkan tí wọ́n ṣe máa ń pòwe wípé tọmọdé bá tó lọ́kọ á lọ́kọ, tọmọdé bá dẹ̀ tó ní àdá ó máa ní àdá. There are certain levels of development and growth and financial strength or financial sustainability that a man is supposed to have reached before thinking about marriage at all, according to the African tradition. Let me read what this my sister said. The unique Alagayawo, she says, the responsibility of a home should be on both father and mother of the family. That is husband and the husband as the breadwinner, and the wife also must support. Thank you, ma. In other words, what my sister is trying to say here is that even though the man is expected to be the breadwinner, but the wife should support as well. Thank you so much, ma. Thank you for joining us again today. It's Aria Susi. We are very, very pleased and humbled to have you on this show. God bless you for always. What we are talking about tonight is the issue of breadwinners in the family. Who should be the breadwinner of the family? Should it be the husband or the wife? If you think it is the husband, why should it be the husband? If you think it is the wife, why should it be the wife? And let's give reasons for whatever answer we give. Somebody has said, biblically speaking, culturally speaking, morally speaking, in the African setting, the man is supposed to be the head of the family, and that man is supposed to be the one that will be responsible for the family in terms of being breadwinner or not. Okay, I did send some questions out. Let me read some of the questions that were sent out. Nítorí pé àwọn nǹkan míì wà tí Yorùbá, pàápàá jùlọ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, nílẹ̀ Adúláwọ̀ generally, tí a gbàgbọ́ pé kò yẹ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ nítorí ìdí kan tàbí kejì. Okay, níbo ni òfin ti wà wípé ọkùnrin ló gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ breadwinner? As it saw, somebody said biblically, and I'm sure there are some scriptures like that. Please say, Becky Waremo, if you know of such scriptures, please help us to share it. Somebody said, religious-wise, both in Islam and in Christianity, we know there are some scriptures that actually says the man should be responsible for, for certain things in the family, being the breadwinner. And remember, we +447828500938. Don't forget that you can call us on this show. And if you're busy and you cannot call us, you can leave us a voice note. Send it via WhatsApp. We will play your voice note, or you send us a message, or you simply leave your comments online. We will read it out so that it doesn't go quiet here. It's always good. It's always good to exchange these ideas. You say something, I read it out, other people will probably counter it or say something about it or support what you have just said. That is what this show is all about. This show is a show that is interactive. It's not just about one person just talking here every week. We all come here to rub minds together, to learn, and to be able to promote our culture. And you're not going to believe it. Through this show, People have been set free. Some people that have wrong impressions about what marriage is about, some of the topics we discussed there has helped them. And sometimes even just coming here to have a conversation helps some people to kind of get over something that they are going through. So please don't hold back. If there's anything you want us to learn from, please don't hold back. And I always come here every week as well. Whether anybody wants to believe it or not, coming on this show has also helped my marriage. There are some wrong impressions I had until I came on this show. I did not know that I could learn. Hello. Hello, ma. Ẹ kúrọ̀lẹ́ ma, ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò yìí ma. Yes ma. Ẹ ṣé ma. Ẹ jẹ́ bá wa dárúkọ yín àti ibi tẹ́ ti ń pè wá ma.
Abímbọ́lá lórúkọ mi.
Ẹ káàbọ̀ ma. God bless you ma.
Amen ma. Àmì ìtú ẹkú ṣẹ́ ma.
Yes ma. God bless you ma. Àmín ma. Àmín Jésù. Àmín. Yes ma. Yes ma.
Yes ma. Nǹkan tí ó ṣẹlẹ̀ ni pé ìyàtọ̀ wà láàrin breadwinner àti head of the home. Ìyàtọ̀ wà ń bẹ. Tó bá sọ pé breadwinner, ẹ̀yìn ní pé ẹni tó ń mú owó wọlé, tó jẹ́ pé òun nìkan, with only, if we have to go by àwọn olóyìnbó pé mínì ní gangan, wọ́n láti jẹ́ pé òun ni the sole person tó ń mú owó wọlé. So, ìyẹn ni breadwinner. However, being a breadwinner does not automatically mean the head of the home, except if it is the man that is the breadwinner. Because culturally, traditionally, and spiritually, and biblically, and the language, the husband is the head of the home. Whether he is providing or not is a totally different case. Now, if he does not provide, Bíbélì sọ wípé that man is worse than an infidel, ẹni tí ò tẹ̀ mọ́ náà rárá. Kò bá bẹ́tà fún bẹ́ẹ̀ ní ẹ̀gàn kó kúkú mọ̀ pé òun ló ń bọ èṣù, pé tó lọ ọmọ èṣù nìkan lọkùnrin tí òun òun ní responsibility, because ibi tí Ọlọ́run fi sí nìyẹn. Now, that does not give the woman the right, pé torí pé òun ni whether the sole provider for whatever reason, torí àwọn pé ìyàtọ̀ wà, àwọn ọkùnrin kan wà, wọ́n kàn useless ni. Wọ́n kàn fẹ́ ṣe ni, kí n jẹ́ pé wọ́n ní. Wọ́n kàn useless ni. Àwọn ìpọ́njẹ́ wà genuinely. They are just good people. Ó mú wọn gbọ́ láti ṣe agbára ni ò sí fún wọn. Èmi ìdí ṣe tẹ́lẹ̀ iṣẹ́ bọ́. Nǹkan dàrú. Ìyẹn ò fún obìnrin kankan láyé àti lọ́run need the right to take over and say èmi lọ̀gá ní olè. No, it does not give the woman the right. Obìnrin tó bá ṣerú ẹ̀ tó sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ dọ̀gá àbí tó sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ di controller àbí tó sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ di ọwọ́ mi làṣẹ wà tó gbà ṣẹ lọ́wọ́ ọkọ ẹ̀ tó mú dání. Kò ní ìdí pé èèyàn ń sọ anything fún obìnrin bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. Nítorí pé Ọlọ́run fúnra ara ẹ̀ ló ti firú àwọn ẹni yẹn ló ti fi wọ́n ṣépè, àwọn yẹn ti fúnra wọn ṣépè fún ara wọn. So ẹni tó bóyá ọkùnrin yẹn máa ń ṣe ìkà fún. No, anybody need láti ṣe ìkà fún because it is not done. Even God bàbá ní ká wo gan pé ẹ jẹ́ ká fi ti Bible sílẹ̀ pé dúró ṣe Bíbélì ò yé wa. Ẹ jẹ́ ká padà wá sí normal ọmọlúwàbí, ọmọ tí olú ìwà bí, ọmọ tí wọ́n bí dáadáa, ọmọ tí wọ́n tọ́ tó tún ẹ̀ dùn. Ẹ jọ máa báwo lóbìnrin kan ṣe máa pe ẹnìkan ní ọkọ ẹ̀? Bọ̀dé bá jọ wà nínú ilé, o mọ̀ pé ìwọ ló ń control rẹ̀. O mọ̀ pé ìwọ ló ń darí ẹ̀ sí bí darí ẹ̀ sọ. O mọ̀ pé torípò ní economic power. O ti wá hijack the real power tí Ọlọ́run dìde fún ìyẹn látọ̀run pé ìwọ lọ gánú ilé. I'm not saying ọkọ náà gbọ́dọ̀ máa bọ́ ìyàwó ẹ̀ o. Don't get me wrong o. Ìyàtọ̀ wà náà kìíní ẹ̀ fẹ́ difference between a man that is in control of his home and a man that is controlling. We need to understand those things, in marriage. Àwọn ọkùnrin burúkú kan náà wà. But síbẹ̀síbẹ̀, báwo kí wọ́n ṣe ya òkì tó, kọ́ ṣe ya wèrè tó, kọ́ ṣe ya ọmọ kàfàǹṣà tó. A woman must not hijack the authority from the husband.
God bless you, ma.
A woman must not. So, come on,
Thank you so much, ma. Ẹ ṣé gan ni o. Ẹ kú gbogbo gbàrà káyé yóò ní parẹ́. God bless you, ma. Many thanks, ma. Yes, ma. Yes, ma. Bye, ma. Yes, ma. Wow. I mean, she just summed it up. Now, she spoke about a few things, which I kept on saying there's a reason I brought this up. Now, I was about to go into that. When we're talking about being a breadwinner, she just said it. There's a difference between being a breadwinner and being the head of the family. Being a breadwinner does not automatically give somebody the responsibility of being the head of the family. Now, a breadwinner should be maybe the one that is earning more and you have the financial strength more than your spouse. You're the breadwinner. It doesn't give you the audacity, especially as a woman, to now say, okay, because I'm the breadwinner, I'm the one that is paying all the bills. Automatically, I will now become controlling over my husband. And she also said that even husbands, as a breadwinner, you're not supposed to be controlling, but you can be in control of your family. There's a difference between the two. Being in control of your family is doing things right. Being controlling is like subjecting them. And because you have money, your wife does not have money, does not give you the audacity to be in controlling, but you can be in control. I really love the way she analyzes. She hit the nail on the head. Now she said something again, which is one of the reasons I brought it forward. There are some women that naturally, maybe by virtue of the courses they study in the university, maybe by virtue of the job they have, naturally or automatically they're richer. They have more financial strength than their husbands. But there are some that actually have this money. Responsibility. Let's talk about that. How do you handle such? That some men that have this money, they will never put it down. Some of them will even be wasting it somewhere else. They will not be expecting the woman to still be respecting them. This woman knowing fully well that you can afford this thing, but you're not doing it. While I'm waiting for us to respond to that, I will read some comments that were coming up while the auntie that called right now, Auntie Bimbo, she called. Let me read some comments that some people have left, so that I don't overlook that. Somebody said, oh, Kemosi Hello says, she said, hello fam. Somebody said, biblically, it's in Genesis chapter 3, verse 19. Thank you, sis. Somebody said, it is not good at all. That means the person is trying to say it is not good at all for the man. I think that's what he's trying to say. When you have the money and you're not doing what you're supposed to do, or should the woman always be the one that will be responsible? Somebody said it's okay, she should be, but I must be the bread. Okay. In other words, we're supposed to come together to make it work. Well, if I have the money, all the money, there's this impression that some women have that it has to always be the husband doing everything. But from what this person has said, she said, call me Ambassador 3. I think talking from a man's perspective, he's trying to tell us that fine, I will be the main provider, but it should always be a butter on top of my bread. Meaning, you do the little you can to support me as well. Don't leave all the responsibility to me. Hey, God bless you, ma. We appreciate you, ma'am. We've missed you. Thank you for coming on the show. Somebody said she's shed his weight to others to bear. It is true. At times, some things may not work as planned, yet it should be up and doing, no matter how small. That is another thing. I think that's one of the things that the auntie that called earlier was talking. Please remember that you can still call me. You can send me a request to be in the show. Please, let's talk about this issue. The auntie that just called now is talking about saying, you can do it. That's another thing that we need to look at. We have some men that their wives will be doing 2, 3, 4 jobs while they are busy doing nothing. And yet, it is just natural. There is this thing about men. It is called ego. Some people call it ego. There are some things that are expected of a man that when you don't do it, automatically it will look like the other person is controlling. When the man is richer, when the man is providing more, please correct me if I'm wrong, it is easier for the woman to submit. But when the woman is the one doing everything, you have all the money, but you're not just doing it. Or you even have the money, you're not doing it. Automatically, everything that woman does will look like she's being rude or she's not being submissive. Please correct me if I'm wrong. And according to what that caller said as well, she said, Bible compares such people to an infidel. And I'm sure the same thing goes for the Quran. It's an infidel. An infidel is someone that does not even know God. And I know there's a place also in the Bible that talks about that if you cannot provide for your household as a man, it is better to live on top of the roof. It's very important, but it doesn't stop a woman from being in support. Somebody says such men are the irresponsible. I think that's coming from Kemusi. Such men are the irresponsible ones. I mean, the ones that has the money and refuse to do something. Yes. I love to be taken care of. Yeah, it is natural. I love to be taken care of though if I have my way. Mostly women, the way we are wired. Obìnrin, ibi táwọn obìnrin, when women meet, yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. When women meet, we discuss about how great our man is. We talk about how much our men take. That's the kind of conversation we have. But when men meet, they talk about their achievement. They talk about how much they achieve. Correct me if I'm wrong. So it's natural. Most of the time, tóbìnrin bá lọ ilé ọkọ, ó wà nínú àwọn ìwé tí a ti kọ yìí. It's there. Even back in the days, go and read this book, The Evolution of Nigerian Traditional. Even back in the days, when a woman is about to go to ilé ọkọ, nǹkan tí wọ́n máa ń kọ́ obìnrin, òun ni bó ṣe máa mọ oúnjẹ sè, bó ṣe máa mọ̀ tọ́jú ọkọ, bó ṣe máa mọ̀ tọ́jú ọmọ, bó ṣe máa mọ̀ tọ́jú ẹbí ọkọ. That's what they teach women back in the days. When you get to the tọ́jú ọmọ. What they teach men is ṣara ìgírí, owó la fi ń ṣọkọ obìnrin, ọkùnrin gbọ́dọ̀ ní ṣe kíní. That's what they teach men. So there is a reason for that. Provision is mostly for men, but let's even talk about that nowadays. Àti wá dé ayé ọ̀làjú, ayé pé ìwọ ṣe díẹ̀ kémi ṣe díẹ̀. You know, that is the life we are living in now. But at least the man should still, from what I've been hearing from people, the man should still take up most of the responsibility. Thank you for joining. Arabiri Sekina Tella. It's been a while. It's good to see you. Badi Alaga, thank you so much for joining. Nura Home Decor, thanks for joining. Please, people, if you're just joining us tonight and you're wondering, what's the topic? The topic for tonight is talking about who should be the breadwinner of the family. Should it be the wife? Should it be the husband? Why should it be the husband? Why should it be the wife? What's the implications? What are the implications of the man being the head of the family and the woman being the head of the family? Kí ni àwọn ọmọ tó lè ti díẹ̀ jáde tó dáa àti àwọn ọmọ tó lè ti díẹ̀ jáde tó kù díẹ̀ káàtó? When the woman is the sole responsibility of the financial commitment of the family, what is likely to happen? You know, what's likely to happen to that man? You know, men naturally, they have ego. Man naturally, they are meant to be like this. Men love to be in control. Is it possible? Now, let me ask the next question I have here. Is it possible to be the breadwinner of the family and for the woman to be the breadwinner of the family and still be very submissive? Let's talk about this. Now, I'm not talking about when the husband used to provide. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìpọ̀tí àwọn àti tọ́pẹ̀ wà wọlé yẹn tó sọ. Ẹ jẹ́ pé mi wọlé +4478285008 or kẹfì voice note sílẹ̀. I'm not talking about ọkọ yìí ti máa ń ṣe. Where for some reason, iṣẹ́ wa kù díẹ̀ káàtó, iṣẹ́ ò ṣe bó ṣe jẹ́ tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ mọ́. You know, there's challenges at work or the business is not moving as it used to move and things suddenly turn around and the woman have to step in for some time. I'm not talking about that. When a man is always perpetually on the receiving end when it comes to financial commitment to the family, àwọn ọkùnrin mi tiẹ̀ tún wà wọ́n ní tiẹ̀ ní make effort ni. They have hand, they have leg, they are capable, they are not disabled, there's nothing wrong with them. Wọn ò ṣiṣẹ́, ìyàwó ló máa ṣe gbogbo nǹkan. Is it possible to continue to respect that kind of man? Number one. Number two, àwọn kan wà, owó yìí wà, wọn kàn tiẹ̀ ní múlẹ̀ ni. Is it possible for a woman to continue to be submissive to that kind of man? Let's talk about that. Because àwọn ọkọ bá sọ pé àwọn obìnrin tó bá ti wà lọ́wọ́ wọn ìgbà náà máa ṣe yànga. Let's talk about that, please. How easy is it for a woman to be submissive when the man is not responsible for anything financially at home? How easy? Please, Facebook, don't be quiet. And people on Facebook, on Instagram, please Facebook, please don't be quiet on me. Say something. Let's respond to all these questions. Now, let's also talk about the implications. The implications of a woman. There are some women want to step in. Now, I want to tell us a story that is a real life story. I was going to copy the video and send to us, but it's quite long. That's why I didn't bother. There's a woman on social media that told a story about herself. She said the reason why her marriage failed was because she stepped into the role of breadwinner in the family. I was like, excuse me, Koyemi. She said there was a time that her husband's husband was not doing well, and it was so bad. And then the man has already had a previous marriage and has a son two sons from the previous marriage, who was living with them. And then she said she actually took that son out one day to go and sell the gold that the man bought for her when the man was doing well. She sold the gold and used the money to buy what they needed in the house. So that was what got the man mad. But really? So you took my son with you to go and sell the gold I buy for you, to buy food stuff and other things that we had in the family. What are you trying to tell my son? You are trying to tell my son that me were capable. And that was what ended the marriage. That was where the beginning of the end of that marriage started from. So some women, we are very quick to say, my husband doesn't have, let me quickly step in, let me be doing the financial responsibility. What are the implications of this? Because you have to help. I wish there were men on this show. How many men, I'm talking about responsible men who will say, okay, because things are quiet for me, my wife has taken over the responsibility, the financial responsibility of the family. Key implication. What are you trying to tell the man? What message are you passing across to the man? Let's talk, people. Àti dákẹ́ jù, ó ṣe mí bákan. Tí ọkùnrin, gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọkùnrin, tẹ́gbọ́n máa ń rí nǹkan ṣe nínú ẹbí, ó máa ń mówó lẹ̀, ó máa ń ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀, ó wá tásìkò kan nǹkan wá go quiet. Obìnrin yẹn wá ṣe pẹ́rẹ́rẹ́rẹ́pẹ́ síwájú, má wọrí ọkọ mi máa ṣe lè, máa ṣe tọ̀hún, máa ṣe lè. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, kí ni implication ẹ̀? Because I've seen cases where some men have actually complained and said, àfi bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ó ń dúró káyé mi bàjẹ́. The moment tí olùgbé ó quiet by, please. Ó kàn bọ́ síbẹ̀ ló bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣe bí ọba, ló bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣe responsibility, ló bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí gbégbá, ló bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣe gbogbo nǹkan sílé. I've seen that also cause trouble in marriage. So people, where do we stand as women? Let's talk. When men are a little bit down financially and women quickly step in, you step in the first month, the second month, the third month. Emma worry, daddy wa motira. Daddy wa Emma worry motishele. Emma worry motishetong. Don't worry about it, I've done it. How does that make the men feel? Because some of us will think, Arabi and she only favor you. Some men, they see that say, really? She kokoti enduro. Keep kokoti ora quiet. Please, people talk. Correct me if I'm wrong. Some people would take that the other way and say, oh, dear, push me. Making one conscious, because I take responsibility. I've seen that happen as well. Responsibility of the home should be shared between wife and husband. Thank you, ma'am. Wife will lift husband and husband will lift wife. Becky says, it's so tricky when a woman suddenly becomes a breadwinner of the family. Men naturally won't be comfortable about this. And we women, when we happen to step in, we should be extremely submissive. Yes. In fact, extremely submissive. You go, careful, or you might be very sensitive. Seriously speaking, I'm talking from experience of what I've seen around. I've seen where the woman felt, I was just doing it to support him, and he's taking it the other way. You have to be extra submissive at that time, because anything you do at that time will be like, is it because you're not the one that is paying the children's school fees? Is it because you're not the one that is doing this? Because when it's coming from the man, it's easier. Things goes natural. But when it comes to women now paying the fee, school. Some people even said, I've heard things that the women should give the money to the man. For example, if you're the breadwinner of the family and you're paying the school fees, you shouldn't do it straight away from you. You should give it to the man to do a job. Please, people, how does that sound? Is that true? Is that how it should be? Because women sometimes we find ourselves in a very tight corner. And I know that some other dangers in you trying to assume the role of breadwinner all the time without pushing your man. I believe that if your husband used to do and things go quiet, even if you are stepping in, personally, I believe you should still push the man and say, Ogbeni, move. Because sometimes men can get comfortable and not want to do anything anymore. Please, people, if what I'm saying is wrong, please correct me. Because I always say to us every week that I don't come here to come and just air my opinion. I don't come here to come and tell us how to run our homes. I don't come here to come and reach a verdict. But sometimes, when your husband, or the man of the family, used to be okay financially, and me and go quiet, start pushing the man. Start pushing the man, because some men can get comfortable and never be able to rise again. I've seen it happen too many times. Take me the thing, they were bother more. Oh, share me. But the people watch it, but the person application, could send application. Okay, she go the thing shape. She be are doing it, keep doing it. So sometimes men are just like children. You cannot afford to continue to spoil them. You have to push them. If I'm wrong, I stand to be corrected. Let me read what somebody said. Somebody said our men will start to talk. She's showing off. Yeah. They will start saying, oh, show off. So you now say that if you have that money, give it to your husband. Let your husband go and be the one to pay the school fees. If okay, ọkọ mi torí pé mo go quiet, kò sí nǹkan fún one not whole school of mommy. I'm very wrong. I shouldn't be doing that. I should give the money to the man to go and pay so that it will look like he's the one paying. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about it. I think somebody probably sent it. Let me see. Okay, somebody sent a voice note. Let me read what this person said. Let me play what the person said about this topic. Because I have told people that you can send voice note. You can book or
sharing topic 10 treating many women tó bá ń pé wọ́n wà online tó ń gbọ́ wọ́n ní one or two things tí wọ́n máa sọ because nǹkan tó ṣe pàtàkì ni. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n sọ fún yín màá ọkùnrin tẹ́ bá rí tó bá torí wípé ìyàwó òun ràn òun lọ́wọ́ ń ṣe tó wá torí ẹ̀ sọ wípé so tiẹ̀ ti ń dúró kí nǹkan bàjẹ́ àbí ó fẹ́ kí gbogbo èèyàn mọ̀ ìka èèyàn ní end of story ma. Ọkùnrin tó ní ìgbéraga ni ọkùnrin tó ní ìgbéraga òun ni ṣé rí irú wọn kò sí ọ̀nà tẹ́lẹ̀ gbégbà kò sí ọ̀nà ni mo sọ fún yín they will find fault. So obìnrin tó sọ pé torí pé òun stepping into the role ló bà marriage òun jẹ́ òun kọ́ mà. I share in her grief and I know what she must have gone through, but I'm telling you sincerely that was not what caused the breakup. Ọkọ ẹ̀ ni ò dá èèyàn burúkú ni end of story. Ẹ jẹ́ sọ fún yín Bíbélì wípé tẹ́ bá fi àánú hàn ìka ènìyàn síbẹ̀síbẹ̀ wọn ò ní kọ́ òdodo ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ìka èèyàn lẹ máa ṣe nǹkan fún pé àkójúmọ́ àti kọ́nà ẹ̀nà dáadáa tó máa fi ibi ṣu yín bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. So kóbìnrin yẹn gbàgbé she hasn't done anything wrong kó má dàbẹ̀ ní pé ìyẹn màmá obìnrin ní àní ẹnìkan ṣe kò fẹ́ ìka èèyàn lẹ máa ṣerú oore yẹn fún tí obìnrin máa ní kójúmọ́ àti ọkọ òun tó dẹ̀ tún máa padà wá máa fi bù. Why? Because àwọn ọkùnrin tá à ń sọ yìí they are just egoistic. Wọ́n kàn like ego wọn ló máa ń come first. Wọ́n ò fẹ́ kẹ́nìbọ̀dì kó mọ̀ pé ó sáfẹ́rẹ́. Wọ́n ò fẹ́ kó dàbẹ́ ní pé bóyá anybody tẹ máa mọ̀ pé ìyàwó àwọn help wọn. Irú wọn yẹn ló jẹ́ pé wọn ò tiẹ̀ lè ever sọ níta gbangba pé mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ irú ìyàwó tó fún mi. Never wọn ò lè sọ. So ìka èèyàn ni wọ́n mà. Ìka èèyàn ni wọ́n ń ṣe ọkùnrin tó dáa. Obìnrin tó náà bá dẹ̀ fún ní grace láti lè ṣe irú ẹ̀ kó dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run. Tí ọkọ tó fẹ́ bá fi ibi ṣú that's fine wípé wọ́n fi ibi ṣú kó mọ̀ pé òun ṣe tòun fún Ọlọ́run ni because lára àwọn nǹkan tí Bíbélì sọ nìyẹn nípa a virtuous woman to support your husband to do everything and make sure the man is okay. So tí ò bá appreciate ẹ̀ tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ pé kínní, that's fine. Kó fi ìyẹn sílẹ̀, kò sí nǹkan tó máa ṣe. Ó ti ṣe títí ẹ̀, ó dẹ̀ ti ṣe tiẹ̀ nìyẹn. Kó ju ọkùnrin yẹn sílẹ̀. Bọ̀ pé bóyá irú àwọn nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn kò dáa bọ́kùnrin. Èèyàn burúkú ló máa ronú bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Wípé ìyàwó òun tẹ̀ sí ń dúró tẹ́lẹ̀ àbí nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. And whatever I'm saying it from personal experience, ma. Kì í ṣe pé bóyá mo kàn ń dédé sọ àwọn nǹkan tí mò ń sọ yìí. Ìkànnì wọn yẹn, ma. Ọlọ́run kó ṣàánú wa ni.
Àmín Jésù. Àmín Jésù. Thank you so much, ma'am. God bless. That's Auntie Bimbo from Ireland again. Look, somebody's on his Trophy of Grace is on YouTube. Let me read what they said. When men sometimes become very sensitive and very even depressed when they used to be breadwinner and something happened, they said there are ways and means to render help without flaunting the help. Okay, I agree to that. Sometimes people get carried away, they flaunt the help. I agree to that. And I also agree to what Auntie Bimbo has just said. Some men, no matter how much you try, they will see wrong in it. And if you don't want your wife to be the one looking like, then you go ahead and put the money down. Go and do what you're supposed to do, you know. I know some men are so egoistic, and their ego is in a positive way. They will do anything. They will say anything. They will do anything to ensure that role, or a role of family, head of the family, breadwinner, they will sell anything. But irresponsibility ni láti tọ́jú ìyàwó àtàwọn ọmọ mi. Mi ìfẹ́ kó jẹ́ ìyàwó mi ló máa ṣe. Àwọn ọkọ dẹ̀ wá pé wọ́n ò ní ṣe. Tó o bá tún ṣe fún wọn, wọ́n tún fi lè ṣu ẹ̀. Irú wọn ni àwọn àǹtí yìí ń sọ. So we need to bear that in mind as well. Somebody said, Becky says, and some men too, when their wives step in, they become lazy, yes, and just let the wife continue the hustle. It is very tricky. It's a very tricky topic. You're right, ma'am. Some people, once you step in, that's it. They don't even want to do it in the first place. I don't want to say what they play from day one. So the question now is, people, somebody pay up to sometimes we women, some of us, we overdo it. And as I said, some of these men, to me, a job, that's my own point of view. If it happens to my husband, God forbid, I'll push him, you know. Some men are not pushable. No matter how much you push them, they won't push. But if I mean, see about relax and the worry, I won't be sort it out. Sometimes we need to push them. We need to help them get back on their feet. Some of us get carried away. What have you done to help him get back on his feet? Don't get me wrong, there are some very stubborn people who are pushing it makes life very miserable and difficult for that woman. Somebody said we need to alert them sometimes. Benny, tell them, ask them. Me, it is very fulfilling somehow for we women. No matter how small, feel. But personally, no matter how much I'm earning, my husband's money is always special to me. I don't know about other people. It's over 50 go back get 10 pounds. Even if I'm earning 150,000 every month, that 10 pounds that you add to it, to me, I don't know about other people. It's still special to me. So I don't know how other women feel. So I wouldn't want to miss that for anything. And I wouldn't want to assume the role of a breadwinner if I have my way. The husbands will use it to pay bye-bye. Lord have mercy. I don't just carry him. Some men, if some women, if you continue to do it, the man will use it to be playing Baba Jebu. Let me hear what the equate to just joining. Oh, thank you for joining, says. God bless you. Somebody said that's very true. Somebody said words of wisdom. Yeah, yes, it's true. Ingratitude is the character of a fool. Coming from Bukenko or some people, yes. Some people are they're not grateful. No matter what you do, they will still find offense. Don't overdo it, or don't overdo it. Women, the role of a breadwinner, naturally speaking, God even said it. A man that cannot provide for his house is worse than an infidel. Help him to be able to help himself. Women, we should do that. Let's push our husbands. Don't quickly assume the role. Don't get me wrong. If he happens to be struggling, maybe at some point, if you think about quiet financial wise, we can step in, but don't do it for too long. Push him, help him to get back on his feet. So women actually enjoy it at one point. If you go down, you must always school and last week. You must always school and somebody said, refuse to go on benefits, but choose to sweep streets in London. Yeah, they said from experience, there's someone that refused to go on benefits, but he chose to sweep streets in London, to provide for his family. Pray as well. Yes, help them back on their feet. Retrain career-wise and loving unconditionally. That's coming from his Trophy of Grace from YouTube. What they are trying to say here is help the man to get back on his feet. Ẹ má jẹ́ ká ṣàyà gbàǹgbà ká gba ipò lọ́wọ́ wọn. Ọkùnrin, naturally speaking, they're supposed to be the provider. Don't let us forget this, please. It's important. I look up to the morning every morning. Yes, I look up to the morning. Sometimes I will remind daddy in the alert. If the alert delays, yes, remind them. They even love it. They love it. Don't quickly assume. A lot of women, àwọn labayé àwọn ọkọ wa jẹ́. Àwọn ọkùnrin ní ìdẹ̀rẹ̀ bí ọmọdé ni wọ́n. Tẹ́ bá ti lè fi ayọ̀ yẹn, tẹ́ bá ti lè fi fún wọn báyìí, wọ́n máa gbàgbéra ni. They won't do it again. May the Lord help us. So, I'm trying to read people's comments. Please forgive me if I omitted your comment. Nítorí pé ó ti sálọ sókè ni. Ní biblical wise, religious wise, morally speaking, even culturally speaking, in every aspect, it is mostly acceptable for the man to be the breadwinner of the family. We've been able to establish that. There's a lot of things that will be affected when a woman assumes the role of a breadwinner rather than the husband. It will affect their ego. It will affect. Imagine what would the man be saying in public? When we women meet, we compare notes on how great our husbands are. That's what we do. That's what we say. It's just natural. When men meet, they compare notes on how much they achieve. So if you assume the role of what do you want your man to be talking about when they meet their mates, and also it does not just affect their ego, it affects their confidence, it affects them spiritually, because naturally speaking, what spiritually it is like a curse to me. I don't know about other people. Don't get me wrong, in situations where the man is struggling and you just step in for a few times, it's okay, but don't take it upon yourself. Don't let the man now be like, worry. And to men that have and refuse to provide for their household, Bible compare them to an infidel. Bible says they are worse than an infidel. The Bible says that even Quran also, better. Somebody said, me, I don't compare notes. So, well, you don't compare notes physically like that, but I'm sure you, Becky, you compare notes. So I've seen you say, my husband, you are some people. You flaunt your husband to me, Seth. Your husband is a great man, and I'm grateful to God for his life. Even seeing you, we know that the man is doing a great job. Somebody said, may I not enjoy if I can comment you to fulfill my husband's roles in Jesus' name. Yes, in Jesus' mighty name, because there's no reward there for me. Yes, we should let the man be the man. Somebody said men are created to lead and be the head of the family. Adam was created to lead and provide. My people, as I always say every week, I will never come here to come and impose anything on us, but I will learn every day. I learn every day. If there is any man watching this, please, we are not here to condemn you or to hammer you or to say that it should always be man. Some people even say 50-50. If that's what works in your family, at least I can't provide, I won't provide. It shouldn't be one-sided. And the fact that we are getting from our husband does not stop us from supporting. There's a lot of things I do at home. My husband does not even know about. My child is shame on it. But the role of a breadwinner, I personally, believe that it should be the work of a man, and even spiritually, biblically, Quranic way, culture-wise, moral-wise, our society believe that it should be the man that should be the breadwinner. I mean, the largest portion of the bread should be won by a man. Kọ́lọ́n kó jọ kó ṣàánú fún wa. Kó máa jẹ́ káwọn ọkọ wa kó máa jó lórí o. Ká má bá wọn fọ́kọ gbẹ̀rù dání. Ká má bá wọn fọ́kọ tí kò lè dápá gbé, tí ò lè dẹ́sẹ̀ gbé. Káwa náà dẹ̀ rí ká jẹ́ obìnrin gidi tó máa support ọkọ. Ìgbà míì, women earn more than men. You can support them in another way, not you doing ayagbangba to take up their role as a man. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí mo ṣe máa ń sọ ní ọ̀sẹ̀ọ̀sẹ̀ lórí ètò yìí, ó máa ń wù ní ká jẹran pẹ́ lẹ́nu. Àmọ́ ó fanu fún yìí náà ṣá, ó ní kì í gbà fún wa. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni Yorùbá ló tún pọ̀ wípé kì í dùn kó pọ̀, bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni kì í pọ̀ kó dùn. Ṣókí báyìí òun lọ́bẹ̀ oge. Àti lórí jù báyìí lọ lórí ètò yìí lénìí. A fẹ́ fi àsìkò yìí dúpẹ́ lọ́gbà àwọn tí wọ́n bá wa pè wọlé, tí wọ́n dá sétò, tí wọ́n bá wa yọ̀nà náà rọ̀. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín, ẹ kú gbogbo ìgbà, àjọṣe wa ò ní bàjẹ́. Mo tún wá fàsìkò yìí náà dúpẹ́ lọ́gbà àwọn tí wọ́n ṣagbátẹrù ètò yìí, tí wọ́n dúró tì wá ní gbogbo ọ̀sẹ̀. Iléeṣẹ́ Chorus Jewels and Laces, ẹ ṣeun. Iléeṣẹ́ Design Fabrics all the way from Dallas, Texas, ẹ ṣeun. Iléeṣẹ́ Celebration International Magazine, ẹ ṣeun. Royal Vogue, adúpẹ́. Iléeṣẹ́ First Rate Global, adúpẹ́. Mo ṣe wá sọ lọ́sẹ̀ọ̀sẹ̀, èmi Olúwabùnmi aya Òṣìbẹ̀rù. Mo tún ti ń lọ lọ́sẹ̀ yìí. Lílọ ni mò ń lọ yìí o. Ogun ó lọ kò dé, kò ní dé bá mi. Ó wá dé kò bá wọn, kò ní dé bá yín. Nínú gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ wò mí lénìí, àtàwọn tí wọ́n ṣì máa wo ètò yìí, mi ní fi kankan nínú yín ṣàwátì. Èmi gangan pàápàá ẹ̀ ní fi mí ṣàwátì. Lọ́sẹ̀ tó ń bọ̀ lágbára Ọlọ́run, ayọ̀, ìdùnnú, àlàáfíà tí mo fi yín sí, òun náà ni màá dé padà wá bá yín. Ohun wá ṣe ń fi àsìkò yìí sọ wípé láyọ̀ la ó máa pàdé o. Mo ní láyọ̀ la ó máa pàdé o. Ẹ̀yin ò ní forígun, èmi ò ní fẹsẹ̀ kọ. Mọ́tò yòówù ká lè wọ̀ kó ní forí sọ̀gì o. Láyọ̀ la ó máa pàdé. Láyọ̀ la ó máa pàdé o. Thank you so much, everybody. See you next week by the grace of God. Thank you, ma. Audition direction. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. God bless you, everybody.
Traditional wedding, ètò ìgbéyàwó tó ń bọ̀ ní lọ́gbọ̀n. Let's talk traditional wedding. Every Tuesday on Instagram, every Tuesday on Facebook, 6 p.m. UK time, every Tuesday on Facebook. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó fún ní lóye. Let's talk traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó fún ní lóye. Let's talk.
Thank you so much, everybody. See you next week by the special grace of God. God bless you. Bye. Thank you.